Oh god. So was one of the uh, Morris twins.
Markeith.
Markeith,
Yeah.
still in the league,
Markeith.
apparently. Yeah, I learned that today.
I know. I also forgot he was in the league still. And they do get a 2029 Lakers first round pick. I don't know what the protections are there. And the Lakers sent I believe it's Max Christie. Did they send Max Christie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AD and oh god, I'm blanking out on the other guy. Somebody else, but
Hood went over to the Jazz. And,
Oh yeah,
oh
Jalen
yeah,
Hood
Shafino Hood, right?
and somehow,
who now becomes the best prospect on the Utah Jazz.
but also I can't believe that
Jazz fans rejoice.
the Jazz got more picks than the Dallas Mavericks did, which is wild to me.
Incredible.
Absolutely nuts. Absolutely.
Okay,
nuts.
let me just I'll go to you first, Sean.
Yeah.
Let me just like frame the question like this. Is there like a take here that isn't obscene as far as the Mavericks reasoning to do this trade?
No, the Mavericks are insane. Nico Harrison seems like he got drunk on a Saturday and went rogue. Like that's what the vibe of this is. And like some of the things he said into a microphone today of like, defense wins championships, and we got to have defense before literally the guy who just carried us to a finals 6 months ago. Like talking about how the future is 5 to 10 years from now, brother. You got Luka Doncic right now, and he's 25 years old. You're worried about the supermax. Like the supermax exists to pay Luka Doncic. Like. I am like floored. The fact that they didn't like canvass the league to see what they could get if they put Luka Doncic on the market. The fact that it was like Anthony Davis, that's our guy, happens to be someone that Nico Harrison's like very close with. Shocker. That he just like honed in and was like, this is the guy. No negotiations. We're getting this done in one phone call. It's what it seems like. And like, we're just going to totally change our franchise overnight. It's batshit insane. Am I allowed to swear still on this podcast? I don't know. But great. It's one of the crazier things we've seen. And look, I'm happy about it because, like, the Mavs, terrible franchise. They don't deserve anything. Like, they've had a long run of being garbage and ghoulish and nasty and gross. They're owned by the Adelsons now, like the worst family in America, or one of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad ones.
Lots of contenders for that at the moment. I'll grant you that. Like, the terrible franchise. So, like, it brings me great joy that they've gone and ruined their Luka Doncic championship window, which was going to exist for the next 10 years while he is in the NBA. And I also am thrilled because we need more bozo GMs. Everyone got too smart. Everyone got too Yale. Everyone went to quant. And everyone kind of just has the same way of building teams now. It's wonderful and beautiful. It's like the 2000s again. You've got all these dumb GMs doing dumb things. It's fantastic. Pat Riley's lost his fastball. He's out of his mind. They're going to get fleeced in the Jimmy Butler trade. Nico Harrison's out here going rogue. It's a great thing for the NBA to have dum-dums running teams. I just can't believe that like someone made this level of dum-dum decision. It is remarkable. No, there is not a good way to spin this for the Dallas Mavericks.
More bozo GMs is such a good like let's like we got to do a couple clips every episode, and I was eyeing the time as soon as I saw you mention we need more bozo GMs, because I'm like, buddy, I think that's the clip that should be going around. Josh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw a couple like, well, the Lakers actually lost the trade, and I tend to sort of be with Sean.
The comments.
I've been reading the comments. I've been trying to figure out like what in God's name. Because okay, I'm going to ask you this, Josh. With my opinion, just like wedged right into this question, I do not believe any of the public reasoning I've heard from the Mavs. Like, I believe that they said it. I don't believe that that's what the truth is. I don't believe that Doncic didn't know what was happening. I don't believe, like, I don't know what the exact answer is. I mean, maybe like I feel like like to Sean's point, there is this. It doesn't seem like there's like really cheap GMs anymore. Like most teams spend, even the shitty teams. But yeah, do you believe like the sort of like fitness stuff, the like everything that's coming out of Mavs camp? Like, does it add up?
I mean, there's got to be some truth to it. I mean, there's been reports that he's been pushing 270 pounds, and they're just afraid of his commitment to his conditioning. But that's no reason to ship him mid-season. Like that's just they're maybe he already explained to the team that he's not going to sign the supermax extension, and so they wanted to ship him while they can. But that's also to Sean's point as well. Like it's just crazy that that's what the market was, because they zoned in on Anthony Davis and was like, that is our guy, and they called Rob Pelinka and be like, we want Anthony Davis, we will give you Luka Doncic. And it's crazy that they only got it first, because there is no market for Luka Doncic. He was untouchable. So same with Anthony Davis. So the return on that is kind of crazy. I don't know if I believe everything that's coming out of Dallas front office. I just feel like there's more to it than what they've led on. There's definitely conversations that have been had behind closed doors. Maybe they just had an inkling that Luka wasn't going to stay. I highly doubt that too, though. I mean, I think he was set, like he said it in his farewell speech or his farewell note, that he wanted to spend the rest of his career with Dallas. But we are seeing GMs be a little bit more cheap. I mean, we saw Minnesota Timberwolves not want to pay Karl Anthony Towns, and then they shipped him over to New York, and look how that turned out for the T-Wolves. Like it's I mean, pretty short of a disaster right now. So we are seeing a little bit more of that trend. As for any sort of positive, like silver linings for the Dallas Mavericks, look, Anthony Davis is a top 10 player still in this league. Some could make a case that he's top 5. It's not like they didn't get anything for him. I think he actually fits quite well with this team, if he still had Luka on it. But still, I mean, like Kyrie and Clay, that's
there's the rub.
Yeah. And like he's built a relationship with Jason Kidd. I mean, like the thing is now their championship window is now a year to 2, because how long are you going to have Anthony Davis? It's just crazy that they were concerned with Luka Doncic's health and his conditioning, and then you went out and you got Anthony fucking Davis. Like it's like he's much better. He's made of glass, and like him and Kyrie, those are your cornerstones. Yeah. Like I don't know, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So that's why what Dallas head office is putting out there just doesn't quite add up, because this trade is a head scratcher. It really is.
They're also just not going to win a championship with this team. Like you're going to bring Kyrie and Anthony Davis to a Shea fight, to a Jokic fight. No. Like not a chance, man. Like it's like this team barely dragged its way to the finals last year on Luka's back. Mm-hmm. Neither Kyrie or AD is able to do what Luka can do, to just kind of raise the floor in the playoffs by being like a superhuman. I don't care that he's fat. It seems to be working just fine. Yeah. It's crazy. And like,
yeah, he's really, really awesome. Yeah. Like it's
you don't see Denver complaining. You know, I think like
well, I was gonna say I want to see Jokic traded for Mitchell.
I want him fatter.
Davion? Okay.
No, not Davion. For why am I blanking on her first name? New York Knicks guy who's always injured.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson. I want them to be like, we want a healthy guy, and just trade Jokic for Mitchell Robinson. Like that's why. Like I think, like Andy blew up my phone, my brother's thread. Everyone was going insane. I mean, there's the legit global trade war. Which is also taking up a lot of space. And then there was this trade, which there's just a lot of inexplicable shit going on this February 2nd.
You know what I think happened? Okay, think about how plausible this is. Somebody in the Dallas Mavericks front office slips a little note to the GM that says, "We need to target an Anthony Davis type player." Okay. GM takes a look. He goes, "Got it.
Say less."
I'll get back to you tonight. Okay, he comes back to him. He's like, "Hey, guess what? We got AD." The guy's like, "What? No way! You did it! You fucking mastermind! What do we have to give up?" And he's
Max
like,
Christie.
2 words: Luka Doncic. This guy's like, "No!" Like, what? Hold up, hang on.
So
No. He
Like-
leads with Markieff Morris.
Yeah, Markieff Morris,
Maxi Kleber.
the thing with
Maxi Kleber. Oh my God, this is really going well.
Replaced them. Yeah.
And then, yeah,
the thing with this for me too, like to your point, Freddie, of like not believing the sort of PR spin the team is putting on it. Like,
Mhm.
I kind of think I do buy it on its face because he's so confident in the way he said it. And we're doing all this work
Yeah.
to try to explain something that's like inexplicable, as you just called it, right? Sometimes stupid just happens. Again, look at the world, gestures broadly. Sometimes really
Yeah.
stupid, unexplainable stuff happens. And it's just because people are stupid and they're in a position of power where they can make stupid decisions. I kind of just think that's what this is. Like, Nico Harrison was not shy in outlining his motivations. There's stupid motivations, but he was at least honest about it. And I kind of just buy that he's maybe just not very good at his job. And that's like the only explanation we need. There's not any sort of undercurrent of storyline or anything. It's just this guy decided, I'm going to trade Luka Doncic today, damn it. And he did it without even telling anybody in his circle. Like, I think I just totally buy that story.
One thing I do take.
You know what?
yeah, Occam's
You're
razor, man.
You're selling me, Sean, on the or you're just reminding me rather on like when people are absolute like just maniac, like absurd wealthy people, like I do think they go on these like these benders, these like idea benders, like, you know, it's not that long ago. Well, I guess it is now, but when Vivek Grenadivier came in and like put a bunch of people in power and like seriously pitched like what if we have a team where one guy just like cherry picks and like doesn't come back on defense, and like said that to a bunch of really intelligent basketball people and was like, what do you guys think? And they were like, please don't make us do that, sir. Like that's insane. Okay, I'm just gonna I'll open this to the group because this is one thing that I've been thinking about too. I haven't seen it discussed anywhere, but you know, I think well, obviously people are super high on OKC, and I won't go down that road of kind of like how they're actually good with the Shea trade kind of thing, but I feel like we're far away from the process in Philly, and like tanking being this thing where people like absolutely hate it, and like, you know, it's a lot of the smart people in the room are kind of like, no, well, you got to tank, you got to get the good player, blah blah blah, especially if you're, you know, a small market, or not a small market, you're not one of the glamour markets. But how does it change the league when you get someone like Luka, who is like better than you could ever dream of getting from a draft pick? Like, it's like you think about being bad for a while and getting someone, it's like, you know, a Jokic, a Giannis, a Luka. Like, it truly does not get better than that. What if you're a team that's trying to build around like being bad first and like getting a Luka, like what kind of shock waves does this send through the league where it's like, man, like, or does it just, are people just like, that guy's an idiot, I wouldn't do that?
I guess it's probably the latter. But like, I do think there is, I think it's less about like team building from like the tank perspective, more so like the sort of what is the point of all of this if Luka Doncic can't get the supermax? Like, if his team is like
Why are you
unwilling to
doing
pay
this?
him the supermax.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is the point of having a basketball team? What's the point of
what's the
having
point
a
of
league?
owning a basketball team? Exactly.
Right. Like, it's if you get one of those guys who is like the hardest thing to find in pro sports, probably even as hard as like, or harder than like a great quarterback, like a guy who can actually like give you a title ceiling on his own. If you get one of them and are like, superbacks, nah, not for us. Like, if you're going to start like penny pinching over that, like the entire enterprise gets called into question. It's ridiculous. Like, it does just seem like one dumb guy going rogue. It really is like they say sports mirrors real life and politics. Like, it really does feel like Nico Harrison signing executive orders like a fool, just like the next piece of paper that comes along, and oh, it's the Luka Doncic trade this time. Everyone's gonna say it's a very good trade. Like, that's really what it feels like, but it calls the entire concept of why anyone would do this into question. And I hope that it doesn't repeat itself, but with the way the CBA is set up and the second aprons and the first aprons and the way everything is so restrictive and punitive now if you're expensive, like, I don't think this is the last we're going to see a GM galaxy brain themselves out of paying an excellent player because they're worried about the luxury tax bill. It sucks. It's dumb. It's bad, but it might just be the first of hopefully not many of these situations. But like if Luka Doncic can get traded and not get the supermax, then where does it stop, right?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a Nico Harrison thing. I pulled up a post. One of my friends shared a post of him when he was working with Nike back in like 2013, 2014, was doing a pitch to Steph Curry to try and get him to sign long term with Nike and give him his own.
Oh my God, he's that guy?
Yeah.
He's the guy who messed up Steph?
He called him
I didn't
Steph.
realize that he...
Yeah. That's the guy.
And then so he's the reason that like Under Armour is like explode. Oh my God, I didn't know he was the guy who behind the famous botched Curry presentation. Sorry, I stole your point, Josh.
No,
like, yeah,
I think it's just
elaborate on this if people don't know.
It's just a dumb GM thing. To Sean's point, I think it's a Nico Harrison thing. I don't think any other GM in their right mind, if Mark Cuban had any sort of say in this as well, I don't think this just doesn't happen. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns was one thing, but this is on a completely different level. This is a GM not wanting to, if that's true, not wanting to pay the supermax because of the health concerns, what have you. You're going to lose out on so much more than that. Fan wise, they're already like lobbying in front of American Airlines Arena. It's just a mess down in Dallas now, and they rightfully
the entire population of Slovenia unfollowed them on Instagram.
They're down like 700K followers. It's nuts, dude.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I feel like Slovenia is like everyone, that it's one of those countries that they advertise a lot. Like, if you come to university in Slovenia, it's free. And I wonder if they're just like, not if you're from Dallas.
No.
Like, fuck you.
No. And the Lakers just got 700K then, I guess. I mean, this is such a Lakers thing to do, though, too. I can't believe it's the Lakers, but I can. It's nuts. They're now set for the next 10 years post LeBron era.
This kind of shit happens to the Lakers all the time. Yeah. Like every 12 years, they get just a generational talent just walking into their franchise for nothing. Like, it's crazy. It's nuts, and it continues.
The problem with the Lakers, like they obviously, the home run trade, they win this trade like so easily. It's hilarious, but like they do have like 3 good players still, and they don't have a center. And they don't have that much left. They still have some stuff to trade because the Mavericks are really bad at negotiating, apparently. But they don't have that much left to trade. And LeBron is 40. I'm not like sold that this makes the Lakers like contenders for the next 10 years in Wemby and the OKC Thunder's West. But and which is great. Like, perfect, best of both worlds. Neither team wins a title out of this. Fantastic, great. Couldn't happen to 2 better franchises. But it's. Like, they got a lot of work to do over there in LA, and they got to get Luka down to 240.
The crazy thing is like LA had a lot to do before this trade. You know what I mean? Like the Lakers still have a lot to do, and they're like, oh, but now we get to start it with Luka instead of old AD and old LeBron. Like, no problem, we'll figure out the center thing. Like, I can't even believe it.
Yeah, for sure. You do the trade 100 times out of 100.
Oh yeah.
This does not make the Lakers a contender this year, though. Are we kind of all on the same page for that? Like, this is not a win now move for them.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like my usual, like, when I'm doing the the standings watch dance. Generally, contenders, like, you got to win 60% of your games or more to be in that range, and I feel like the Lakers are not there. And to Sean's point, there's not enough other things going on. And yeah, I mean, it should be interesting to see how 2 heliocentric players play together. I feel like LeBron though is slowly exiting the heliocentric. Like he's becoming more kind of like
Yeah.
a 40-year-old.
Well, I think you're talking about Austin
well,
Reeves and Luka. Sorry.
I think I was thinking about this. I think that this is actually going to have a really big and probably positive impact on Luka going forward. He, instead of being like the cornerstone, well, he's still going to be the cornerstone, but like instead of being the only guy in Dallas, truly, like as like, you know, franchise center of the franchise, we're building around this guy forever. You're going to the Lakers, where yes, that is going to still be true for them now. However, you're starting off with the greatest of all time next to you, so it's still, so you're not the only person in that main spotlight right now, right? Like he was. I mean, Kyrie obviously had a part of that in Dallas, but like it's not the same. So he's got LeBron there, and I feel like if they get into it, if they get into the playoffs or anything anywhere close, and you're gonna and you have Luka doing his thing where he's like screaming at refs and like having a tantrum on you know, on the court like we saw last year, for a lot of those playoffs, I feel like LeBron's like kind of 40-year-old influence on him is going to be profound, and I think that that's one of the main things that I'd like to see different with Luka and the way he plays and stuff like that. So if that happens, I mean, I don't know. I think the sky's the limit for Luka as a Laker versus Luka as a Maverick.
Oh, he's gonna. I mean, Luka was already like in the MVP conversation. Yeah, like,
Of course,
dragged the team to the finals. I've never been that big of like oh, he's out of shape. It's like he's too good to nitpick.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's been so good his whole life. So yeah, I guess he can get even better. And I think
just think of like how the team had to have
be
like
the
a
face
meeting
of
with
LA,
him to be like, yeah, this team were like the meeting. They had to have that meeting where it's like, hey, Luka, please stop complaining. You know, on every call, it's like, if that goes away and he has this kind of maturity, which obviously he's going to get as he gets older. He's only 25 years old, but like, I just feel like having LeBron rub off on you versus you being the only person, you having to rub off on other people, is going to be a very good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Nuts.
Sorry, Freddie. You know who the happiest two people in the world are today? Is Vladdy Divac and former Suns GM Ryan McDonough. The two guys who passed on Luka on draft night. No longer the two people who have made the dumbest Luka Doncic related decisions.
Yeah,
great day for them.
I'll throw in Trae Young too. It's just like, okay, maybe just like stop comparing me. Like
the Hawks were right. Everybody, the Hawks
won.
Vindication.
The sleepers. What a comeback story. Oh my goodness.
Okay, should we get into some trivia or what?
Let's do it.
I mean,
briefly,
very briefly, while we started recording this, the De'Aaron Fox trade broke, and I just wanted to mention that like we're just not even really talking about the other crazy thing that just happened. Yeah. So yeah, unless we had any big thoughts on that.
I think gonna be good for a long time. Kind of terrifying. Wemby's world. It's gonna be a scene, and yeah, the Mavericks and Lakers are screwed in Wemby's West for the rest of time.
Shout out to the Spurs for not waiting too long to get Wemby like a very significant piece, because I feel they were, obviously they like, I brought up tanking. Like, I think the Spurs are the only, in my opinion, like real team that can like lay claim to like, here's how you tank and win forever. Like, I think they know how to do it. So obviously I would trust with what they do, but obviously Wembanyama is ready to win now, and Fox is incredible, and they're gonna do it right. They're definitely gonna do it right. And to shout out San Antonio. I mean, it's like, it's got to be like that part of Texas is a great place to
much
like
happier.
Basketball.
Yeah, much happier place.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, honestly,
but
Houston also happier. Like
but think of how doubly happy San Antonio is at this point. Not only did their team get better in the last 24 hours, their main hated rival,
I know,
just got like
Big
Worth. They've
day.
lost their way. Huge.
They're
Day.
like, fuck you, Dallas and Fort Worth.
The Spurs also didn't give up any rotation players in this trade, which is crazy. They didn't give up Steph
Saw that,
Castle,
yeah.
didn't give up did Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan. Like they just added De'Aaron Fox to their team for a bunch of picks and non-rotation guys who are not going to be around. Like Trey Jones, Zach Collins are the only guys that go out. That's pretty incredible work by them.
Yeah, and Zach Collins was probably the worst contract that they had on their payroll, and they got rid of it. And not only that, but the Kings also, hats off to them. They got 3 first-round picks and Zach LaVine. Sure, it doesn't necessarily fit having both DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, like you were saying, reunite again on the Kings coming over from the Bulls. There, Sean, but that's going to be.
What did the Bulls get?
The Bulls
Zach
got their
Collins.
own pick back this year.
Yeah.
They got their own pick, which is kind of huge for them. Like getting their own pick back this year, which is going to be like the 9th, 10th pick, maybe even better if they decide to pull the shoot now that they have it back. Like it's not insignificant for a guy who clearly didn't have all that much trade value. They got Trey Jones, like fine. Kevin Huerter's going back there too, but like getting their own pick is a really big deal.
Well, shout out to those guys, man.
Well said.
Shout out to the Bulls, you know?
The Bulls making a kind of smart trade for themselves on the same day that the Mavericks do some, like, to be Nico Harrison, to be dumber than the Chicago Bulls for a day. Unbelievable work. Outstanding.
Yeah. Speaking of Bozo ownerships, the Bulls are they've been rough for a long time, man.
They've been holding the mantle, baby. They're like the crown princes of Bozo-dom.
Yeah, Bulls, Hornets, like,
and then Nico Harrison's just like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hold my beer, Seth. Okay. Let's do some games. Let's do some trivia. Here we go. Okay, so this first game is gonna be called Guess Who? Direct ripoff from the actual game. Guess Who? It's a little bit different. I'm gonna give you 5 escalating clues. Each correct answer is worth 5 points. Just if you think you got it, fire away. Sean, Josh, makes sense? You ready to go?
Yeah.
Is it
Do
weird?
we have to like buzz in or anything, or do you just let it rip?
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say,
let
like,
it
is
rip.
it weird to like just let it rip? Just yell the name, and we'll see who gets it first.
Perfect.
Just yell the name, and then the only other thing I'll say is that you get 2 guesses. So
Yes.
if you've guessed twice and it's wrong, then
Shit out of luck.
you've-
All right.
yeah, shit out of luck, exactly.
You blew
Is it Anthony Davis?
Oh my god,
That counts as a guess.
I can't believe you already got it nailed. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first player. I am 25 years old.
Want to wager a guess? 25-year-old player, just randomly? No, we're good. Okay.
Clue number 2.
This is a trick.
I have
It's a
won.
trick.
I have won the Defensive Player of the Year.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Correct.
Boom.
Bam, 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 bam.
Fired away. Fired away.
There we
I
go.
love it.
Wow, off of
Very
2.
Sean fired away.
Wow. Okay.
All my names start. I always want to get to the last one. All my names start with J. I think that's a
Okay.
pretty good final hint.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's a pretty solid final hint, right? But shout out to Sean. This is good. By the way, listeners, I told these 2 good people not to be polite, because the last time we played this, it's like everyone was like, "Pardon me, I do have a question." Okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
Our buddy Anthony was like, may I buzz in, please, now?
May I buzz in? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
So Sean's on the board. I was drafted 7th overall in 2019. My last name is a color. I am a guard. I am a Chicago Bull.
Kobe
Kobe
White.
White.
Kobe White, Sean got in there, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was close. Sean, you're giving me the business.
That was close. Very close, you guys.
No, this is good. This is good. Last one. I usually play with big hair. Was I think
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
his name did not start with a J. You totally threw me off there. I thought I'm wrong, and I listened to you incorrectly, but I thought you were saying all the players you have teed up today's names start with J. And
Oh,
no, he was saying
no,
Jaron
that's-
Jackson Jr. My names start with J. Is the
I was about to scream out Jalen Green, even though I knew it was the wrong year of the draft.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's just a classic Friday ADD. Everybody's confused, including me. Okay, here we go. Number 3. My nicknames are Bubba and O. I have played for 5 teams in no particular order.
Orlando
Warriors,
Robinson.
Not Orlando Robertson. So you got one guess left. Warriors, Wizard, Magic, Jazz, Raptors.
Ochai Abaji. No. What am I doing? There's 3 teams that he hasn't played for.
So
You
so
fool.
Sean's out. You
wow.
can really ride this out, Josh.
Oh man, pressure's on.
But decent guesses. My career 3-point percentage is just under 40% from 3. So he's money. I share the same first name as a Simpsons character.
Ooh, man.
And then
And
number
there's one
5, I am a junior.
I am blanking here.
Since we got to all 5, Otto Porter Jr. is correct.
There you go.
Yes.
You got in there.
Damn it.
I
Sean,
did feel as I was
have
making
it
that, I
at
was like,
number 3 or 4.
Sean?
Oh, me? Sorry. No, I might have had it at the Simpsons one, but I was kind of stumped until the last
Yeah.
one.
I know. I will say
stuff like that's interesting because you don't think of Otto like right away.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking of the main family there. You're like, was there a player
Marge
named
Carter
Homer?
Jr. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Player?
was there a player named Homer?
Homer Jackson Jr. Who's that?
The main character from October Sky? What the? Really,
Mr.
really
Burns
niche.
Porter Jr. What the hell?
Really niche joke there. Okay, last one. I came to the league undrafted in 2015. I once recorded 10 steals in a game.
Fred VanVleet? No.
Fred VanVleet? No. I played for 2 teams.
TJ McConnell.
TJ McConnell, correct. 76ers and
Yes.
Pacers.
Names McClutchall. There he is.
Oh, nice
Look at that.
pick. Okay,
This
you got
crazy picture of him I found.
You have to watch this on YouTube. Is he saying fuck you? Like
I don't know.
that picture has I guess he's holding up a 3, but it really looks like a classic like
Yeah.
It's got
like
real
a
January
European
6th
fuck you,
vibes.
kind of.
what's
was
that,
that?
Sean?
I said it's got real January 6th vibes.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah.
he could storm a capital.
Clue number 6 was I broke into the Capitol, but I was just looking around.
His
One of
clue
those
number
guys?
7 was
I did
took
not
a
take a
shit
dump
on
on
Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did we just say the same thing?
He really did.
Did we
Whoa.
both just say took a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk?
We 100%
Whoa.
did.
Nancy
That's
Pelosi's desk.
insane.
Float now.
Low hanging fruit, I guess.
That's
Taking
crazy.
shit on Pelosi's desk.
Great minds,
Um,
great minds.
I
I love how neither of us backed down from saying it, even though we could probably hear the other ones. Like someone's saying something, but I gotta get this joke out.
It was a nice like improv.
I was told to be aggressive and let it rip.
Yeah, exactly.
and I'm
Perfect.
proud that you are. Josh is just chilling here. He's just like, wow. I was gonna say hang Mike Pence, but okay.
Okay, that's
That's
it. Good round.
That's my game. So we got 15 for Sean, 5 for Josh, 0 for me. But I'm jumping in. I always feel like one of these days I'm gonna try and catch up on this last game. I don't think it's mathematically possible, but I feel like I'm gonna try. So Andy,
Okay.
I'll let you take it away.
Okay, guys. So here it is. This is the top 12 players who have made the most 3-pointers in the NBA since the year 2000. You'll see 12 teams represented up here with 12 numbers. These are obviously different players because it is not just per season. This is since 2000, all games. The logos you see are indicative of the team that the player has played the most games in their career for. And then the era of the logo is either when they join the team or the bulk of their years have been played there during that era. When you want to make a guess, call your shot. Say I want to guess that Houston Rocket with 3,068 3 points made. It's going to be blank, right? So just say it like that, and if you get it, wicked. That's 2 points. However, if you get one of the ones with the red numbers, those are your 3-point shots. Those are either what players that are significant for some reason, or like they're a bit tougher to guess, or a little harder, or just I just felt like making them red for whatever I want to do. So there you go. Each is worth 2. The red ones are worth 3. Freddie, you're going to start us off as always because you have 0 points. You have the least amount of points in the game. So let's begin.
Okay, and I feel like should we do a quick rundown for folks listening?
Oh, I always forget to do it, Freddie. Thanks so much. Yes, okay. For those of you listening at home, the top 12 teams that we have here, we have a Golden State Warrior at 3,911. I wonder who that could be. We have a Houston Rocket at 3,068. We have a Portland Trailblazer at 2,740. We have a Milwaukee Buck with the old purple Bucks, 2,648. We have another Warrior at 2,610. We have a Cleveland Cavalier at 2,502. We have an Atlanta Hawk at 2,450. We have a Pacer at 2,326 3-pointers made. We have then a Dallas Maverick at 2,282. We have a Raptor, 2,271. We have a Clipper at 2,221. And then we have another Raptor at 2,202. So some fun stuff coming your way. The 2 Raptors logos are different. We have a purple and red era, and then we have a red and black change into the new logo era kind of thing. All right, Freddie, you're up. What do you got?
Okay, I got a hunch on one of these 3-pointers, so I'm gonna go for the Clippers one.
Okay.
So, yeah, Clippers. He hit a lot of threes. He was there for a long time. I hope this isn't like a bad move considering there's some easy ones on the board. I'm going with Eric Gordon.
Okay, right out the gate, we're going for one of the 3-pointers. We're going for the Clippers. Eric Gordon is incorrect.
Oh,
Sorry,
that
is
was sloppy work on my part. I should have
not Eric Gordon. Yeah,
I
that's
just felt
risky play. Risky play. Okay, so let's move on. Josh is next, right? Yes.
I'll just have to take the points on this, and I'll go with the 3,911 Steph Curry.
You better believe it. That's old Seth right there coming in. Sorry, blew the Nike deal. Ooh, God. Yeah, of course, obviously. Number 1 on the board. Okay. Sean, you're up.
All right, I'm swinging for the Mavericks red one. 2282, is that what it is? Is that Jason Terry?
Is it Jason Terry? I'll tell you what, if this is Jason Terry, he's been on our board for like 3 out of the last 4 weeks. Because for some reason I keep picking categories where he's up there, and the answer is it is Jason Terry. He is back on the big board. 3 points, swish with a Jason Terry. Great pick.
I do love those guys that make it into every quiz for like we had, that happened to Sabonis for a while. He was just up there in so many categories. Okay, well, I'm feeling too much shame, and then now I'm confused about my Clippers pick. So let me just go ahead and take the Rockets, 3,068, James Harden off the board.
That is correct. The big beard on the big board here. That's James Harden, 3,068 threes.
Huge
Playing both of his
alliteration.
time with the Rockets. Love it. Thank you. Josh, you're back. You're back up here.
Let's just we'll take the other Warrior, 2,610. We'll go Klay Thompson.
Yes, you will. That's Clay. There he is. Bet he's regretting the choice to go to the Mavericks today a little bit.
Wow.
He's like the best wing they have left. He's thrilled.
He's stoked. He's gonna get way more minutes now. Okay, Sean, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go for the one Freddie missed, the Clippers one in red. Is that JJ Redick?
Is it JJ Redick? Incorrect. No, it is not JJ Redick. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to give
Do I
any
lose
hints
points
yet.
for
We'll
that?
see. Pardon me?
You don't lose points, just sort of like
Okay,
time
great.
opportunity.
Should have asked that beforehand, but great.
If we whiff, if everyone whiffs in one round, I will reveal the lowest ranked one for the purposes of time. But we're still good there. Freddie, you're up.
Okay, back to me. Let's just gonna continue playing safe here. Portland Trailblazers, 2,743s. I gotta go Dame.
Yeah, that's Dame time, baby. That's it. Obviously, there, the big Blazer on the board. Okay, Josh, what about you? Still quite a number of fun picks up here for you.
I kind of want to go for the 3 with the Atlanta Hawks here. 2,450. Is that Kyle Korver?
Hawks 2450 3-pointer. Yeah, it's Kyle Korver.
Oh, nice one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I thought it was Al Horford.
The locks.
I was gonna guess Joe Johnson. I'm glad that you sniped it.
Oh yeah, Joe Johnson.
That was
like
that had me on the edge.
He's
That
there.
or DeMar
He's on
Carroll, but yeah.
you always got to think about the guys that played forever.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That is a big thing. Joe's on the list. He just lowered. I think he's like 16th or something on the list. Like he's actually pretty high up there. Okay. Good one, Josh. Sean, you are on the clock.
Raptors guy in the bottom right is Kyle Lowry.
2202, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry. That's correct. Yeah, you better believe it. It's our boy Kyle. That longevity, those great Raptors teams of this era. Okay, Freddie.
Okay.
We got a Buck, we got a Cav, we got a Pacer, we got another Raptor, and we got that elusive Clipper pick down there.
Yeah, I'm getting a little in my own head with some of these ones. Okay, let me go longevity with the Cavaliers, and let me say LeBron James.
Correct. Yeah, that's our boy. That's LeBron right there. Easy pick. Cavs.
We never think about him hitting threes, but he just is around.
Just been around, played the entire time almost. Okay, Josh, what's happening next? We got a Pacer, we got a Raptor, we got a Clipper, and a Buck.
Let's go Milwaukee Bucks. I think we're looking at Michael Redd.
Ooh, great
This is
pick.
who I thought.
Love Michael Redd. I see his jersey a lot when I go to Kensington, and I love that about Michael Redd. I love that there was enough people around this time in Toronto that were like, yeah, I'm getting a red jersey. The answer is no, though. That is incorrect.
dang.
That is incorrect. It is not
See,
Michael
yeah,
Redd.
Oh,
that should have been a 3-pointer one because I'm a little bit.
Okay.
I'll,
okay. You don't know.
Sorry, it's Sean.
Should it have been or should it have been? Okay,
I'll-
Sean, you're up.
I'll snipe that Bucks one. That's Ray Allen.
yeah. What
It
about
is
Oh,
Ray Allen.
That's
Thank
Ray
you very
Allen.
much. That is
Of course,
Ray
forgot.
Allen.
As soon as I said that, yeah.
Played the most games in his career for the Bucks, and yeah, early in that era with the Purple Bucks. Okay, great pick there. Sean nails Ray Allen. Freddie, it's back to you. We got a Pacer, we got a Raptor, we got a Clipper. What's it going to be?
So since 2000, okay, you know what? I think he was still doing stuff. So let me go Reggie Miller Pacers,
Reggie Miller for the Pacers, the all-timer.
or maybe he
One of the top
retired too early.
guys.
And this is bad.
However, that is not the correct pick. It
Oh.
is not Reggie. No, sir.
When did
I mean, I see where you're coming from there. I don't know exactly when Reggie Miller retired, but yeah, not enough to
in
get
the
on the top
2000?
12.
I'm gonna keep
05,
on trucking.
06,
I'm gonna look
something
it up.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, Josh, you're on the board here. Got to pick up some of this. Pick up some of these drop balls here. We we got some options here for us. There's a Raptor up here for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Ah, man. I'm thinking, I mean, I'm just trying to, the old school logo is what's messing me up because I'm thinking that era, early 2000. Is it Vince Carter?
It is Vince Carter. Gotta
Longevity,
think longevity.
man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That longevity, and again, that purple Raptors logo throws you off for sure because you definitely think more '90s with that. But obviously, Vince hit the majority of these threes playing for other teams. But yeah, hit the majority of his career games, obviously, on the Raptors. We got 2 left here for you, Sean. We got a Pacer. We got a Clipper. Yeah, what do we
I'm
got?
torn between 2 guys on that Clippers one, and I really want to get it. Is it Chris Paul?
No, it is not Chris Paul. I knew this one with this one is gonna. I knew this one would throw people off. So yeah.
Okay. I'm coming in
Take it
for
home.
that Clippers pick.
Take it home.
Okay.
I think I got the Pacers one too, but I'm coming in for the Clippers. Is it Lou Williams?
No, it's not. No,
Oh my
it's-
God!
The Clippers one is tough because it's tough to picture him as a Clipper. I think for the most
I'll
part,
take a
but-
stab at Jamal Crawford,
Okay.
maybe.
That's it. That's got to
It's
be
got to
it.
be Jamal.
It is Jamal
There you go.
Crawford.
Huge.
Yes.
There you
Nailed
go.
So he
it.
played the majority of his games as a Clipper.
So check this out. So I had to look this up. So I was on what's it called? Stat. What's it called? Stat. What's the name of that website?
Stathead?
It's called the Stat.
Yeah.
Stathead.
Yeah.
And it's like when you click on the little player, it shows the team. It'll be like Jamal Crawford. It said Knicks, and I'm like, okay, that's the Knicks. And I'm like, wait a second. And I was looking at the numbers of games played, and I counted them all up. And Jamal, like, he played way more games for the Clippers than he did for the Knicks. He played like 280.
Lob
for the
City,
Knicks and
man. He was on those teams for a while.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
like,
I
I don't
guess
know
so.
why they have him.
Also
like, they have that-
longevity for sure.
but I don't
Yeah.
know what about that website makes him show up under the Knicks category. Like maybe because he, I don't know, scored more points as a Knick or something. But I don't think that's even true. Like I don't understand what it is. But
Mm.
anyways, the Clippers. He's played the most games for the Clippers in his career for sure. Anyways, we have a Pacer left here. Sean, what do you?
Yeah. Is that Paul George?
Got to be.
Wow, here we go.
Has
Is
to
it
be.
going to be Paul George? What other Pacer could it possibly be? It is Paul George.
There we
That's
go.
right.
Incredible.
Still the majority of his games being played for the Pacers, although the Clippers were up there. Now that's obviously not. We're not getting any more Clippers numbers there, baby. So yeah, great, nailed it. Paul George, guys, great round. I thought I was gonna have to start giving out hints, but once we got a couple of big names off the table, looks like you guys nailed it. Great stuff here, Freddie. Update us on the score.
This was a good one. I'm glad I changed the scoring of the first one. But like when I played that game before, it was 10 points. Threw everything out of whack. It kept it tight. So Sean's the winner with 24 points. Josh 17, and then I nabbed 6 points.
A
I
noble
bog-
effort. A noble effort.
I boggled some. It's all good. Guys, this is a really, really fun episode. I'm glad that we just went for it with the Luka talk, because I mean, what the hell? Like we'll continue playing games, but when something that insane goes down, we simply must.
You gotta talk about it.
We gotta. But everyone who's been listening and hitting us up with ideas and stuff, thank you so much. Follow us and subscribe, Raptors Republic, all that stuff. Help us out. Comment, check out all the other pods on Raptors Republic. Make sure to follow these 2 guys, Sean and Josh. They're doing excellent work, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Peace.